We did adding in base 5 before in a previous video. So now what we're going to do is subtracting in base 5. And we're actually still going to use that same base 5 addition table because you can read it as subtraction. I will show you as we go. So remember, in base 5, the only symbols you're allowed to have are 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And 4 acts like a 9. So after 4, it rolls over to 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, and then it would roll to 2, 0, 2, 1, etc., etc. So the 4 is acting like the 9. So that's why when you're adding, for example, 4 and 1, you don't get 5, you get the next number, which is 1, 0. And you have this diagonal of 1 zeros, and then you have 1 1s and 12s, well, 1 2s, and then 1 3s. It's really hard to not call those 10, 11, 12. I try not to, but it's 1 0, 1 1, 1 2, 1 3. That's what we should call those. So we can subtract in base 5 if we use this chart and just kind of read it in reverse, and you can borrow just like we do with regular subtraction, or regrouping, borrowing, whatever you want to call it. So we're going to do 4 1 base 5 minus 1 2 base 5. So if I try to subtract 2 from 1, I can't, right? 2 is too big. So I have to borrow from the 4. I'm going to turn this into a 3. And what it's going to turn this into is a 1 1. And now I can take 2 away from 1 1. So you have 3 1 1s in your table here. There's a 4 2 pairing, a 3 3 pairing, and then a 2 4. So go to one of where 2 is paired with the 11. So this one, or the 1 1. Sorry, I said 11 again. So if you have 11, that's 2 plus 4 gives you this. Oh, I'm just going to call it 11. 2 plus 4 is 11, right? So if you take 11 and you take away the 2, you're left with the 4. So we're starting here and then kind of reading out to these numbers. If I have 11 minus 2, I get 4. So I'll say it right this time. 1 1, take away 2 is 4. And then of course 3 minus 1 is 2, like it always has been. That doesn't change. We just have to think about this 11 minus 2 equals 4. That's what it looks like you wrote down. So if you can try to convince your friends that 41 minus 12 is 24, they won't believe you. But it works if you're in base 5. So 2 4 base 5. Remember, you got to put base 5 on your answer. Otherwise, it looks like a base 10 number. So 2 4 base 5. All right, let's try this one over here. 4 2 1 minus 1 2 4. Well, this last place here, I cannot subtract without borrowing. So I'd like to borrow from the 2. I guess, well, I'm going to borrow all the way. 2 from 2 is 0, but if I borrow here, then this top number is going to be smaller. So let me go all the way to the 3rd place here. I'm going to borrow, make that 3, which is going to turn this into 1 2. If I borrow from it, I'm left with 1 1, and it leaves me a 1 1 there. So instead of doing 11 minus 4, it's 1 1 minus 4. We already know this pairing. If I'm at 1 1 and I subtract 4, I'm left with 2. If I'm at 1 1 and I subtract 2, I can stick with the same pair. I have 4. And 3 minus 1 is 2. That's no difference. So 2 4 2 base 5 is what I would be left with. It's squirrely. I know you guys haven't done this before. Maybe it'll show up in the homework. I don't tend to test on adding and subtracting in base 5. That's me personally. But it does show up in your homework. So now you can say that you've done it.